Hello, in this video you will see how to install the burner that you purchased with your Concrete Creations Firebowl. We recommend that the burner installation be done by a licensed plumber. You're going to want to make sure that the main gas line is shut off before you start the installation and the anchoring. You also want to make sure that you know the location of the gas line. Once you have your gas line run and your firebowl in position on top of the gas line, you are going to want to anchor the bowl to the concrete below. There are two holes on either side of the big hole for the gas line. You will be drilling into these holes down into the concrete below to begin your anchoring process. Make sure you aren't drilling into the actual gas line. After drilling down, you're going to anchor the bowl by bolting it down into the concrete, using the proper size nuts, bolts, and washers. You can see here that we hammer the bolts down into the concrete just to make sure that everything fits well, and we cap that with washers and a nut to tighten it down into the concrete. You want to anchor the firebowl in case of an earthquake. If your firebowl is sitting on top of an uneven surface, you may have to shim it in order to keep it from rocking back and forth. After your bowl is anchored, you will be ready to install the burner. As you can see here, we have already installed the flex line, but this step will not necessarily be done before you anchor. In our case, we were testing a few different types of burners, so our flex line was already installed, but you can do the anchoring before you install the flex line. You will see how to install the burner in the next part of the video. Your gas line should already be run to the location where you're going to have the bowl. It should be a little bit off-center from the actual hole in the firebowl, as you can see here. When the gas line is run, it's going to be capped, and you're going to remove this cap and clean off the gas line before continuing. You're going to add a nipple onto the gas line. After tightening the bolt, you will be using plumber's putty on the seam here before attaching the flex line. I didn't show the plumber's putty, but you'll see it in the next part of the video. You will now attach the actual flex line, which is already attached to the burner, as you can see. When you have your burner sitting on top of the firebowl, you want to put something in between the burner and the firebowl to protect the firebowl from chipping. You could use a blanket, as we did here, or even a piece of cardboard. And this is the crossfire burner installed. In the next part of the video, you'll be seeing how to install the upper part of the burner, meaning the flex line to the actual burner, on a ring. The same steps will be followed for a crossfire burner. As you can see here, we're putting plumber's putty onto the flex line inside where the threads are. You want to get a good even coat of the plumber's putty. Now this flex line is going to attach to the burner itself. This happens to be a ring, but again, you will do the same step for a crossfire burner. You're going to want to tighten as far as you can by hand, and then you'll use a wrench to tighten even more. So at this point, you've seen how to attach the flex line to the gas line itself. You saw that in the previous part of the video, and now you're seeing how to attach the upper part of the flex line to the burner. Once this is done, you're going to place the ring into the bowl. You're going to do this carefully so as not to scratch the edges of the bowl itself. You want to make sure that the flex line doesn't make any sharp turns, otherwise the fire will whistle. And this is your ring installed. As you've seen, you can do the steps in either order, whatever you prefer. Thank you for watching.